Hi everyone. For the next 20 minutes, instead of talking about what AI might do for our business, we wanted to show you what it's already doing inside ours on a normal day.
I'm Faris. I'm in Indonesia, and that's Ridhwan. He's in Singapore. So we are recording from two different countries, which is actually how a lot of our team works most of the time. So everything you are going to see here is real. It's either running today or it's very close to it.
Yep. So a bit of context before we start. So the number of Muslim travelers around the world is growing fast. Around 186 million international trips last year, and it's expected to reach 245 million by 2030. So that's more travelers, more questions, more places to rate, and more content to publish. So we started using AI, not to replace the people doing the work, but to take a lot of the slow, repetitive parts of their plate. The thinking stays with us, the speed comes from AI.
Okay, 5 short bits. Here we go.
Alright, so the first one is about writing. We have two brands that sound nothing alike. Crescent Rating is the serious one, it talks to governments, hotel groups, tourism boards. While HalalTrip is the friendly one, it talks to families planning a holiday or any travel of the sort. Same team writes for both, and switching between those two voices all day is generally very tiring.
So we built a copy agent for the HoloTrip team. You open it, type /help, and the menu comes up with the different types of content you can write. You pick out the ones you need, drop in the brief, say we've just launched a new guide to Istanbul, tell it which platform it's for, and it writes the copy in HoloTrip's voice. So the whole thing takes about 30 seconds and the team uses it every day. For our longer articles, the in-depth pieces we publish on HoloTrip, we've built our own writing assistant. It's trained on our brand voice, the way we like to write, and the kind of information our travelers usually look for. The way it works is this. So a writer starts by giving it the rough shape of an article, a topic, a few angles, the destinations to cover, the things readers will care about. Say a guide to visiting Lombok. The assistant walks them through it in stages, figuring out the angle, pulling it together, suggesting a structure, and then drafting the piece itself. What comes out is a really useful starting point, but it's only that. From there, our writer takes the draft into Google Docs and edits it properly. As seen on screen, things crossed out, sections rewritten, comments down the side. That's where the angle gets sharpened, the cultural details get added in, and the piece actually becomes ours. Only after all that is done, it actually goes up on site. And we're upfront about working this way because that human editing pass is the part that protects the trust people have in our publications.
Next one is the part of the company we are probably best known for, which is rating things. So hotels, airport, restaurant, all destinations, we check how welcoming they are to the Muslim travelers, and we give them rating. What people don't see is the work behind the rating. So it's a lot of paperwork, video calls with the property, documents going back and forth, and internal signs off. It's slow, and it's where AI has saved us most of the time. A quick word on what you are looking at. So the actual paperwork in this process belongs to our clients. So we are not putting it on the screen, but the shape of the work is roughly this. A hotel or a restaurant or any establishment signs up to be rated. We set up the audit. They send us a lot of documents and in a lot of different formats. We do a video call with their team, and then we put it all together and issue the rating. At every step here, AI is quietly helping in the background. It helped us write the first version of emails to the clients. It reads through the document they send us, no matter what save they arrive in, and pulls out the important parts. It records the video call, write up a summary, and lists out the points our auditor needs to check. What used to take 3 days of back and forth now usually lands on our auditor's desks the same afternoon. The auditor still makes every call. The only thing that changes is how long they are waiting around for the paperwork. Next one. We run the Halal Trip Gastronomy Awards every year. where we recognize the best Muslim-friendly restaurant around. The scale of it is a bit ridiculous. Hundreds of restaurants nominated and dozens of evaluators spread across different cities. It used to live in spreadsheets and emails, but now we have an app for it. Behind the scenes, our teams uses it to manage all the restaurants, the evaluators, and the clients in one place. And when an evaluator goes out to visit a restaurant, they just need to open the app on their phone, fill out the assessment on the spot, and submit it. It will go straight to our system. No spreadsheet to chase, no forms going missing in someone inbox, and no one typing things up later from a notebook. This one is the smallest thing we have built, but probably the one that we use the most. So we go to a lot of events and we come home with a lot of business cards. So now when someone hand us their card, we just open this app, take photo of it, and that's it. Their name, their company, their email, their phone number, all of it ends up in our contact list. No more sitting in the hotel room at the midnight typing cards in. No more piles of cards in a drawer 6 months later, wondering who anyone was. Same idea on the hiring side. When we put out a job opening, we usually get a lot of CVs. So before our HR sit downs to read them, AI give the stack of first pass. It reads through each CV, compares it to what we said we are looking for, and hands back a shorter list of the strongest matches, with a few lines explaining why each one made the cut. Our HR still reads every CV that matters, and the people who get interviewed still get interviewed by humans. We have just removed the bit where someone's staring at 50 CVs at 11 o'clock at night.
So two more things that quietly run in the background while the team is sleeping or on a flight or just busy doing something else.
First one is listening. So we use a tool that scans the internet for anything written about Crescent Rating, HalalTrip, or Muslim travel in general. So it could be news articles, posts, mentions. On its own, that's just like a wall of noise. So we built an AI step on top of that. It reads through each one, works out what it's about, whether it sounds positive or negative, and the most useful bit, whether it's something our team should be sharing on our own channels. It drops a tidy little card into our content team's chat with all of that on it. So the topic, the sentiment, a snippet of the article, the link, and a clear recommendation. Can promote or cannot promote. Our team picks it up from there and decides what to do with it. So they're no longer wading through hundreds of unsorted bullets, trying to find the ones worth doing something with. They're just dealing with a clean feed that already has a recommendation attached. The second one is on our website. So we've got a chatbot on CrescentRating.com that she tries to answer visitor questions using what's already on our site and in multiple languages. So it covers what we do, the services we offer, how rating works, that kind of thing. It's deliberately a simple tool. It doesn't try to be clever about anything outside what we've already written, and when it can't answer something, it doesn't pretend to. It just points the visitor to our general contact page so they can reach out and it will get back to them properly. The result is that most visitors get a quick answer without us having to do anything. And the ones who will need a real conversation get pointed to a place where they can actually start one.
This next one has changed our team builds things. More than anything else we have tried before. We're giving it few minutes because it's the part that we are most excited about. Until recently, when our marketing or research team needed a new page on the website, let's say a landing page for a report, the process was always the same. So they will write a brief, hand it to the design team will mock it up, and hand it to the developer. Developer will build it, and 2 weeks later, the page will go live. No, it looks like this. Someone on the team, not a developer, describes. No, it works like this. Someone on the team, not a developer, describes what they want to an AI coding tool. They tell it what the page is for, point it at our brand, and the first version of the page just get built. They send a GitHub link to our designer who reviews it and adjusts it as needed. Once that's sorted, our developer takes one final look and push it live. The slow part used to be getting the first version into existence. Now, that part is almost free. What's left is the polish, which is the bit where our designers and developers add the most value anyway. So instead one team building every page, now every team builds the first version of their own. One thing worth flagging that's still in progress. Muslim traveler comes from everywhere, and right now most of what we publish is in English. So the next big thing, the next big piece of work inside both of our apps, which is Gastronomy Hours and the Mind HalalTrip app, is to support more languages. English, Bahasa Malaysia, Bahasa Indonesia to start with. Not just running things through a translator, but properly adapted with the right details for each audience. It's not live yet, it's in the works, but it's the thing that we're probably most looking forward to shipping next. And under the hood, our dev team works with agentic coding tools every day, like Cursor, Codex, and Cloud Code. The team is smaller than you'd expect for the output. That's the point.
So last one, everything you've seen up to now works because of a small. Last one, everything you've seen up to now works because a small group of us really got into it. That the much harder question, and honestly the one that we spend most of the time thinking about, is how do you get from 5 people doing this competently to everyone in the company doing it? Someone who does research, someone who does marketing, someone who manages partnerships. How do they use AI comfortably as our developers do? So 3 things have been working for us so far. The first is what we call our AI clinic. It's an open session every week where anyone in the company can bring something real they're stuck on, and we'll sit down together and try to solve it with AI. Not in theory, the actual problem. So that afternoon itself. The second is a simple tracker where the team logs how they're using AI day to day, what worked, what didn't, what someone figured out that other people should copy. It's gentle peer pressure in a good way. And the third is our internal hackathon, which is coming up soon. So no job titles, everyone gets to build something. The honest version of what we're doing is this. It isn't really about the tools, it's about the way the company is changing around them. We're trying to become an AI first organization and we're figuring out as we go. The honest version of what we're doing is this. It isn't really about the tools, it's about the way the company is changing around them. We're trying to become an AI first organization and we're figuring it out. The honest version of what we're doing is this. It isn't really about the tools, it's about the way the company is changing around them. We're trying to become an AI first organization and we're figuring it out as we go.
So that is 644 in 20 minutes across 2 brands, all of it real. Thank you for spending time with us today. We hope you enjoy the rest of the Halal in Travel Global Summit 2026. Be sure to check out the other sessions. Take care. Bye bye.